What the fuck is going on with the hair? Literally, what the fuck is going on with the hair? What's going on with the pupils? There's no, like, a light direction here. It just fuses into things, right? And then you'll see these artists who will go through and they'll clean up AI images. And those are the ones you really have to look for, right? When artists will go through and clean up an AI image, it can be very hard to tell. Backgrounds here. This background makes no fucking sense. Like, at fucking all. If you can draw...
Do you think gonna have like a peer review from other artists to help eliminate the AI art submissions?
No, because Gamersubs has people that literally do that. Which is why I'm confused as to how it was missed. But if you look at the background details and everything, it doesn't make any fucking sense. If you could draw a person like this, but you can't draw a straight line on a building window, it should be a giveaway. There's no pattern here on the drawstrings for the hoodie either. There's no consistency in that. The texture at the bottom of the hoodie also has no consistency. And there are images where it's infinitely more difficult to tell. The headband also fuses into the hair. There are images where it's also incredibly, incredibly difficult to tell. Like if you were to look at... Hang on, I'm even looking at this. I don't know if this is actually AI. Hang on, I don't want to pull up somebody's like actual art and use it as like an AI... I Spy. Astronaut, thank you so much for the 28 fucking months, dude. Hello. Yo. Hello. Yeah, God, some of these are incredibly...
Let me look at it.
What? Oh, yes. Like this one. Is this AI, Flashy? I don't actually know. I kind of can't tell. At a glance, I would assume it's AI. Yeah, no, this is AI. Yeah, this is AI. This might be like touched up AI, but it's definitely AI, right? What's your ruling on that, Flash? Yeah? Okay, here. Here, let's look at something that's more difficult to tell. All right, at a glance, it just looks like an amazing anime illustration, right? It just looks amazing, all right? You zoom in. See where the hair overlaps with, or where it should be overlapping with the eye, how it just distorts massively? You see how the ear details make like no sense and it just kind of looks like jumbled shading and whatnot? There's segments of the hair that just kind of, yeah, this is definitely AI zooming in. There's segments of the hair where it just kind of fades off into oblivion and parts of hair that come from nowhere. The gems on the earrings don't make any sense or like form a pattern. Same with the stuff on her collar and whatnot. And not being flesh to her skin there on the right side of her neck. The shadow placements also don't make any sense because it's not where the hair is going. Off into the crystal side of things, it's just kind of like a mess of like reflective surfaces, so it's just like there's no cohesion there. Same with the hairpin and whatnot, right? It can be hard to spot when you don't look very closely. You know what I mean? It could be hard to spot when you don't look closely. Because zoomed out, and if you didn't really observe it any closer than this, like if you just saw this passing by a convention booth, you know, like an anime convention booth back in like 2016, you'd just be like, oh my god, that's like a cracked Pixiv artist, right? Because there are people that draw like this. And the reason why AI can be so convincing when it comes to AI art is because it is literally replicating other people's art styles, right? I know that there are people that can draw like this. There are lots of people that can draw like this. But it's when you get into the fine details that it becomes incredibly difficult to like point out. When an artist will go through and touch up things. That's like if I were to take this drawing and spend like 4 or 5 hours correcting all of the issues, right? You wouldn't be able to tell after that. But that requires like a base level of like artistic talent in the first place, right?
My rule of thumb lately is how try hard the image is. Hyper rendered shits like this come out like once a month and very few artists go that deep.
Yeah.
Unless I see it come from someone I knew prior to AI that went like that, I assume it's AI now.
Which is the unfortunate thing, right? Like, because there are definitely some artists who could draw fast.
Yeah.
I follow one dude on Twitter who does incredible illustrations like that on his phone, right? Like he does incredibly detailed illustrations like that on his fucking phone, dude. But I know that they're a real artist because they post like a fuck ton of work in progresses. And there's like cohesion through their entire drawing.
I've had moments too where it's passed me by, but if you ever question it, give it a good closer look. Unfortunately, there are actual artists being accused of art, and that's BC their actual work is being fed to these generators. It's so sad.
Yeah. I've also seen a lot of people getting called out for AI recently, where it's like, look at all these details, look at how poorly the hands are drawn, and the artist is just like, come on, big dog, I just don't know how to draw hands like that. I've been drawing for years, dude. I just don't know how to draw. And that's why sometimes I like obsess over certain parts of my art. Because there are definitely times where I'm drawing and I'll draw a loose detail that I don't really give a fuck about, right? Because my art, in my head, is meant to be viewed at a distance and not zoomed in, right? Because I don't focus on details like that. But there are definitely some times recently where I'll go through and touch things up because it's like, I think somebody might think I don't want to be accused of being AI. Yeah, I came across an artist on Tumblr who posts like 3 to 4 hyper-rendered pictures a day, but they mainly just post massive backlog from Pixiv. I was super suspicious when I first came across them, but it looks non-AI and, you know, anime style has been cursed. Yeah, like it's really fucking rough. What is this? What is this song? It's a Boulevard of Broken Dreams Frozen mashup. Okay, alright. Okay. I don't I don't know. But it really sucks for the artists out there that are getting AI accusations when they're literally just they just don't obsess over details like that and whatnot. So it's one of those things where it's like I'm always tentative to like throw an accusation out there. But God, is it abysmal recently, dude. Abysmal recently. Yeah, there have been some very odd mashups playing. This playlist is very hit or miss. AI art, voices, videos, more the reason we need legislation to actually keep this in check, but right now the government just actively ignores this massively growing issue. Yes, and it is genuinely frightening. It is genuinely frightening. That's why, like, I give a bit of a side glance at people who use AI voices and stuff, because it's like, really? When all the VAs that you're using the voices of have been like, hey, please don't. Really? You're still gonna?
It's just like the internet. Took them 40 years to give a shit, and even then they barely care.
Yeah. Legislation when it comes to digital stuff is rough. I used to follow an artist that made their whole composition based on real-life pictures of cogs and machinery that got commissioned by big-time studios like Warner Bros. For some art here and there. But with AI being common now, they got basically executed at the court of public opinion. Yeah, there are a few artists that I follow who have been dragged through the fucking mud for AI accusations, and it's like, dude, they've been drawing like this for like 5 years, dude. I don't know, man. It sucks. It sucks that their art was put into a generator and now it's caused like doubt, but they're the original artists. They're the reason that people can even generate these images in the first place. Pixiv does require you to mark anything that's made with AI, right? I think a lot of websites are starting to require stuff like that, but I think a lot of it also still just falls through the cracks. You know what I mean? Hi, Starlight. Hello. If you plug your own art into an AI and use it to help you produce art, what's your opinion on that? Well, it's your art. It's your art. I'd say that it is a gray area. It's a gray area. I've seen some animators using AI interpolation to like create in-between frames for their animations and stuff. And it's a gray area because it's like, well, it is entirely based off of all of the frames that you have plugged in for this animation. It is your art. However, does it take away like some form of artistic integrity, I suppose, using an AI to generate more frames to make the animation smoother? That's still a gray area for me. I really don't know how to feel about it. Part of me is like, I don't know, it's not that hard, just draw more frames. It's not that hard. If you've already drawn 15 frames, bro, just double it. Just draw 30, man. What's the biggie? It's not that big of a deal. That takes forever. I know. I know. I don't like the way interpolation animations look. I think that they look worse than if you had just added a few more frames.
But using AI to better yourself by plugging in your own art when you are having trouble, then learning from it could be just training.
Yeah, but then you learn all of your mistakes. See, this is where I have the issue with plugging your own art into an AI. I don't think there's inherently anything wrong with it moralistically. However, I think from like a practical standpoint of wanting to better your art, well, still just your art, you know, like if you plug in 100 drawings and some of those drawings have anatomy errors and whatnot, they're going to be translated over to the AI. So I don't know. Can it be copyrighted? I don't know. I think this is where laws are still trying to catch up when it comes to AI uses. Putting your own art into an AI you don't run locally is a really fucking bad move regardless. Yes, absolutely. Unless you're running your AI on your own server locally, I wouldn't do it because somebody's just going to take your shit.
How do you learn from something if you aren't doing it yourself?
Also true. Yeah. You don't learn and grow as an artist unless you go through the painstaking struggle of learning and growing as an artist. Relying on AI derivative tools for that it's a crutch that I think isn't like you shouldn't crucify somebody for using it, obviously, but it is still a crutch, right? You know, it's a gray area.
Even
It's
then,
a
you
gray
need
art,
to make sure the
gray
AI
area.
software you're using locally isn't uploading on the back end.
Mm-hmm. Like, that would stem from you literally making your own AI, which is its own deal, like, completely. The laws are always trying to catch up, especially when fields that change a lot. Yeah, when it comes to, like, internet and technology, it's really hard for legislation to catch up and be on top of things the way that, like, ideally it should be. This is what happens when people develop brand loyalty to NVIDIA. NVIDIA goes to make AI that wrecks art, wrecks writing, wrecks animation with interpolation stuff, etc. Yeah, like, there are beneficial things to come from AI. I will say this up, down, sideways, and backwards. I do not think artistic AI is what AI should be used for. I think AI has its place in fields like science and like cancer detection. Because AI has been proven to be able to detect cancer way better than humans can. And I think that there's applications where, like in coding and in IT, you can use AI to as a foundation for some things, but relying completely on it again just kind of makes yourself moot in that equation. You know what I mean? You're not learning. You're not growing as a person. You're relying on something else, which is fine. It's fine to rely on things. But I think as a whole, it is obviously a major setback to like internet integrity and internet safety. And this is where we get into like AI voices. This is where we get into AI video. This is where we get into deep fakes, etc. And it's like, I don't know. Rely to augment your work, not be
The
your
irony
work.
gets me that sci-fi always pushed AI as being findable at all because it could not be artistic. Then the first thing we do is teach it out.
Right. 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 The first thing we do is give AI the jobs that people like actually need. No AI CEO replacements though. Couldn't possibly automate the easiest job at a company. Couldn't possibly do that. But we can automate the workers. I just realized I haven't seen many deepfakes recently. It's because people are actually getting hit with like legal suits against them over it, which is good, and it should be that way. It should absolutely be that way. I've also heard that there was one singer who considered having his voice being used for AI because he couldn't sing anymore physically. And that's fair, right? You can consensually give away your own autonomy, I suppose. I wouldn't, but you can, right? Like, if somebody said that they were okay with their voice being used for AI, they lose the rights to their voice. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you can really double back on that. So it's one of those, like, you really want to, like, you know. Also, I feel like interpolation is getting bad rap here. It's a good tool for people making art, but it doesn't just magically fix all. But just using interpolation is a bad thing. Yeah, I don't think inherently using interpolation when it comes to art and animation is inherently the worst thing. Especially when people will do interpolation with, like, I don't know, there's definitely a place for interpolation. However, in the animation field, currently, animators are already getting the absolute short end of the fucking stick, and I feel like interpolation, more than benefiting them, will just hinder them. You know what I mean? So it's one of those, like, you know, it's like autotune. It's a tool that can be used, but leaning on it heavily is to your detriment. Yes. So sorry, having a hard time reading. Yes, absolutely. It's one of those things where it's like, if you rely on the machinery to do half of your job for you, when you don't have that machinery, you can only do half of your job. You feel me?
Something to think about for when the EMDs hit.
Something to think about. It's like automatic and manual gooning. Yeah. Oh, here's the ice machine. You guys' favorites. You guys yelled at me for muting. Does this make you happy? Did that make you happy? Yes, crunch. No one else hates us as much as you do. I know.
Two things. First, the definition of AI keeps having people move the goalpost over time.
Yes.
Used to be that seeing something was the realm of AI. I don't think we would call the doors at Walmart AI.
Yes.
Second, AI is fundamentally limiting because it is our way of saying that we never aspire to improve and grow from this exact level we are at when we create the AI tool for things such as art. The only exception I can think of for AI might be in the non-commercial areas like police body sketches.
And even then, that produces like an incredibly dangerous stereotype thing, right? Like, I don't think police sketches should be AI. Because holy, you know that's gonna cause problems. I could sense it in my bones from a mile away. You know what I mean? Is this your first Monster Hunter game? No, actually, I really enjoyed Monster Hunter Worlds, and I went through and beat it. Although there is, like, apparently one more boss, but I love Monster Hunter Worlds. I've never played Rise, though. Once again, might. Still problematic. Yeah. Like, there's places where I could see AI being, like, implemented where it wouldn't cause an issue. But the majority of the places that I see AI being implemented currently do nothing but cause issues.
It's looking very crowded. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're okay. I'm just watching to make sure if anything falls apart, you know. It might be useful as a starting point. Yeah.
Jokes on those AI users. I have homemade EMPs ready to go to the slightest moment. Try to steal my voice when your grandma's electrical pacemaker gets to blowing up, bitch.
Kira. Yeah. We should all be on Kira's. We should all be right there with Kira. I'd say AI art always looks soulless, and I would agree with you. But also, I've been fooled by many AI pictures that I thought were beautiful. Hi, Ren. Did you DM me? Just let me know when you and Fleshy are chilling. Okay. I'm going to probably make my character. Fleshy's going to be a little late. Do you mind yapping for a little bit, Ren? I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if I'm unmuted. Okay, take your time. Okay. I make my character, and we wait on Fleshy. She's making dinner right now. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, alright. We wait on Fleshy to make dinner. But if you want to hop and call while we, like, chill,
I can't wait
after you
till we
have
hit
to
the
chat for a little bit.
renaissance when CEOs get tired of AI lying and go back to if/then programming for everything.
If/then. We're game. I know. You're getting antsy. Yeah, I could just yap for a bit. Okay. Chat has been so used to me yapping for exactly like 45 minutes or an hour recently. They start hitting that like mad late emote and they're like, Game, streamer! Game! When is game? You getting in the fucking game? You getting in the game? They're sick of us. They're sick of us talking. They're sick of us talking, dude. We're yap. We want to talk to you. And I appreciate that. Especially on days like today where I don't really know what to talk about. And I appreciate you guys just yapping about the ethics of AI with me. 80% of the time, yapping is the best part. I love yapping. Although I will say, I think I yap better when I'm playing a game. I am an exception to that. I feel like I yap much better when I'm playing a game. The ADHD starts hitting. I start getting a little weird.
Even if you AI your voice with consent, you, or your estate I suppose, would likely still retain the licensing to use voice, even if it does just end up getting thrown everywhere because of it. It just means the revoking of the licensing is harder to enforce.
No, I 100% agree.
Only time I've ever gone match late is when you told us to. Can't believe you're projecting on chat again, Keck.
Okay, well maybe not you. Alright, maybe not you. Lying for attention? I'm not lying for attention. Where's game? Okay, alright. Do you guys want to start making our character? Wait, how in depth is character customization for Rise? Hmm? How in depth is it? Hmm? Very? No idea. Can we get a key shake on the stream, please? Because it would make it better. We have a key shake. Shake the keys, mods. Shake the keys. Let's see.
Also, we don't have to listen when Platt goes mad late. If he's the only normal one here, he can't speak for the group Kek/J.
Okay, that's also fair. That's also fair. Platt is a bit of a freak. That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. Let's see. Okay, how long do you think it'll take me to make a character? Why am I command? I don't know. We'd like you. I forgot that you were a command. That's like an outdated command. Now you have like an actual tablet and shit. Me a freak. You a freak. When did the consume egg redeem get added? It got added on debut. So on 420. Almost a month ago. Can you guys believe? Can you believe it's been almost a fucking month, man? Can you believe it? A week away. It's just a week away.
Get it twisted. You can be homophobic towards your straight friends.
Okay. Also, one more question for chat. Because I'm overly paranoid. Those of you who have played Monster Hunter Rise. When I create my character, is it gonna show... Clown! Hi, Clown. Hi. Is it gonna show any information or anything while I'm making my character on startup? Yes, you'll be doxxed. I'll find you. You're done. You're done. No, but it will show your social security when you when you pause. That's always my fear. I know that's such a stupid fucking fear to have, but I live in constant fear of video games just pulling up personal information for some fucking reason. I feel like one day I'm gonna hit the pause menu and it's gonna show my full legal name, my social, my address. Not that I know it, but I play on console, so maybe it's different. Okay, alright. How has it been a month? Where's the time gone? Are you guys used to the new egg yet? Are you guys used to the new egg now that it's been almost a month since debut? I'm shit like, yeah, that game literally instilled even more worry into me, dude. The most difficult game, it doxes you when you die. One day, your full name is Agathy? That is true, but I don't want you guys knowing that, so forget that, please. Got used to it within hours. Really? Hours? I feel like from day 2, I feel like the 3D model took people more time to get used to. Was it easier to get used to the 2D model because it's just how I draw egg? Did it help that it was like, you know, it just looks like egg? This is just you, that's why. Yeah, I feel like it fits a whole lot better. Still too smug? I detest that accusation. I think it is just smug enough. I miss the hand tracking. I miss hand tracking too. That's like the one thing I do miss. I wonder if Buncha would be down to try and rig hand tracking for me if I went through and like tried to learn how to draw it. Hello, Mateo. Hello. Hello.
We're not worried about that. Your ISP clearly has no idea where the fuck you are. I doubt games would either.
Okay, alright, that's fair, actually. There's only been one game that's like, it's auto-connected to me, like, to a server that was like really close by, and it was like, but I checked it before stream, so I didn't dox myself. Just swapped it to a different server. Swapped it to a different server. I think it was like fucking Valorant or something. Tarkov. I don't remember. Good song in the background. What's in the background? Oh, it's Fergie. It's Nicki Minaj and Fergie.
I feel like at that point, it would be easier to just stitch 3D arms onto your 2D model to get hand tracking Lamau.
Okay. Wait. Okay, wait, theoretically, if I went to an artist that does one-to-one 3D models and I gave them eggs PNG, I could probably commission just arms. I probably could, actually. And then I could run the